Plaintiff Amy Alizea says her daughter dated the defendant, and after they broke up, the defendant started dating her new girlfriend, the co-defendant. Amy claims after her daughter went to prison, the defendant and her new girlfriend kidnapped Amy's granddaughter. So she's suing for emotional distress and a loan. Defendants Tanya Winkleman and Brittany Wells say after they got together, Amy asked them to adopt her granddaughter because she was an inconvenience to Amy, and they have a recording to prove it. They're countersuing for emotional distress.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
All right, start with you.
In 2013, my daughter started dating Brittany Wells. Shortly after that, we got a call that my daughter was pregnant. I'm like, how does that all work? But anyway, she had the baby. I have a granddaughter,
Did you
Mariana.
ask how it occurred?
Yeah, I did.
As an adoption?
Yeah, I did. No,
of...
she had been dating guys too, also, at the same time, been living with a guy.
Okay.
So anyway, I had my granddaughter in May, Mariana, and Brittany continued to visit Mariana at the house. My daughter went back to jail. She's incarcerated now. Brittany continued to come see my granddaughter at my house. I got temporary custody of her, and Brittany would come visit. She would want to pick her up on a Saturday and bring her back on a Sunday, which was fine, no problem. I didn't have any problem at that point. Then it was like the visit started getting a little bit longer. She wanted to pick her up on Friday and bring her back on Monday. So one day when she pulled in to pick her up, my grandson came to me and said, there's another girl in the car. So I went outside and asked who she was, and she introduced herself as Tanya, said she was Brittany's new girlfriend. So then the visits started increasing and being longer when Tanya got into the picture.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
So it was how many days ultimately that kind of
how many days?
It was a week. It was excessive.
A week. Yes, it was a week. It was a week. I tried to get her back for a week. I called on a Wednesday night to get her back. They said, we can't bring her back today because we're going furniture hunting. Thursday I called and I said, listen, we're going to Walmart. Can you meet us at Walmart and please return Mariana to me? We got to Walmart. My grandson called them. We can't return her to you tonight because she fell asleep. So on Friday, I finally said to him, listen, I'm going to have to call the police. This is getting ridiculous. You won't bring my granddaughter back to me. This is getting ridiculous. I'm calling the police.
All right.
So in turn, I talked to the policeman and I said, listen, they won't return my grandchild. It's been a week, blah, blah, blah. It was traumatic. It was terrible. Trying to get her back, trying to find out what was going on, trying to get a hold of the police, trying to get a hold of my daughter in a state correctional institution, and having her call the state police and tell the state police they had to return the child. After 5 hours, and after the state prison making an exception because it was a child endangerment case, they left my daughter call the state police and tell the state police, you need to return her to my mother. So the child was returned to me with a diaper bag and one diaper and the clothes that she had on.
Okay, let me allow them to give some testimony now, and I'll get back to you with more specifics.
I presented audio to the court where Amy had asked us to adopt Mariana because she was an inconvenience to her. She also...
Is that why you wouldn't bring her back, if that's the case? Is that why you wouldn't bring the child back?
CYS, Children Youth Services, which I have a picture of the crib with open wires by the baby's crib. I was worried about her safety.
That's why you wouldn't bring the child back?
Because CYS told us not to until they went out and investigated the house.
Back up. When she was asking for her child back, her grandchild, you had already spoken to CPS?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did you tell the police you had spoken with CPS?
Yes, sir.
And yet the police required you to take the child back, even though there was a current investigation.
Yes, sir.
You all had rescued her from child abuse.
Yes,
and the
Your Honor.
police said, no, take her back.
Yes, I was devastated because I was worried about the baby.
Well, you weren't too devastated. You should have let them arrest you. Go ahead. What else you want me to know other than you withheld the child because that's what CPS told you to do?
Yes.
All right. You didn't tell the police to call CPS?
I told them to call CPS.
And what did they say? Let me see your police report, please.
I don't have a copy.
I know you don't. Go ahead. What else you want me to know, ma'am? That didn't happen. Let me see you have the police report?
There is no police report. I do have a note from when I got home after they kidnapped the daughter on that Friday. There was a note on my door from Child Protective Services that they wanted to meet with me.
Let's see
nothing
it, please.
prior to that. I had never heard
Nothing
nothing
prior to
that. No. That was the same evening they kidnapped her.
You don't
and kept
know
her.
when the report came.
I called them. I made an appointment with them. They came out. They drug tested me. They looked all through my house. They did an investigation. I have a letter from them stating that the case was closed.
CPS looked and determined that it was no cause of action. And you all received the child when?
We got the child at the beginning of June when the biological father had the child and she fell and hit her head. We ended up taking her to urgent care because Amy's preparing for her facelift was more important.
All right.
No, I had just got out of the hospital.
Hold on. You say you have an audio?
Yes, sir.
All right, let me hear that. And it says that she doesn't want
Yes,
the child?
sir. It says that me and Brittany will be ended up raising the child.
All right, let me hear what you have.
Do you think when she gets out, she'll stay out? Honestly?
No. 7 times now.
So you'll end up raising Maliana too?
No, you will. No, you still will.
No, we will. I mean,
I would love to adopt
we
her.
love to.
It's a big weight off me.
So, but I mean, yeah, because Britt and I would love to have her permanently.
Like now, like that is a big relief.
I mean, I could go down if you want tomorrow and try to add her on our case.
Yeah, I can write it up that we, like we have joint custody. That way, if there's an accident at your house or something, you can go to the doctors and take her, and they can say okay.
Yeah, Your Honor, they wanted me to sign custody and care papers for her. They kept pressuring me, presented me with these custody care papers, said 5 or 6 times, let's go to the notary, and I refused.
Ma'am, please, they weren't pressuring you, and you had no hesitation in this conversation. There's no pressure. They didn't pressure you one bit on this conversation that I just heard. You were very inclined to have them adopt and take care of the child.
No, joint custody.
So you'll end up raising Maliana too? This is what they're saying to you. No, you will. It's a big weight off me.
If they could help.
I know. You did not want to be bothered with that child.
At that point.
Right.
I was going through a divorce.
At that point, you want to go back and forth. Maliana, come on in the room. We can be bothered today. Next week, Maliana. I'm going to get out of here. I don't feel like being bothered. Matter of fact, I'm going to try to get somebody to adopt you.
I don't have the authority to give them to have them adopt her anyway.
No, so I don't know why you were saying all that then. Why were you trying to?
I was upset at that time because I was going through a divorce.
All right.
Which I still am.
Yep, and putting the baby in the middle of your divorce, which has nothing to do with this baby, even shows you a more unfit guardian
I am sorry
or parent.
for that.
Yeah, I know. You should be sorry the way you have done this baby. Yes.
Your Honor, she couldn't have been too depressed because she was cheating on her husband with the guy from
How was I cheating on my husband? I was just talking
How
to
do you
him.
know?
Excuse me, please let me finish.
Cheating from someone that's 15 hours away from here?
The day I had to pick her up from the St. Thomas post office because she overdosed, passed out in the car. Thankfully, I had the little girl and had her
Overdose off what?
Well, this is what's left of her Wellbutrin pills that she picked up on June 20th.
Her what pill?
Wellbutrin.
No.
She picked up on June 27th.
What do you say
That's incorrect. One morning, I was depressed at my house, getting ready to go to the doctor. And Tanya came into the bathroom to me, and she said, I have something for you that you can take that will help you.
No,
and she
How
said,
many
here.
did you take?
She said, here. She said, you take these pills. She said,
How many did you take, ma'am?
4. She said, put them under your tongue.
4 pills.
You're lying,
I
ma'am.
didn't take them. I put them under my tongue, she said. At that time, I was getting ready to go to the post office.
hospital as a result of these pills?
No.
Okay.
Actually,
The post office
she has
said-
had to go to the hospital for overdosing before.
What does this
Is
have
that
to do with this?
The post office actually called
Because
us.
the
Like I said-
debate here is fitness. You're
CPA
suing them about emotional distress
Right.
you allege they caused in dealing with your grandchild. And they're telling me not only did you say you didn't want the child, you also have overdosed on drugs.
And then, Your
That's
Honor,
what this has to
Like I
do
said,
with the case. Your
CPS
fitness.
came to the house.
And
They
you
drug
say
tested
here
me.
that you put the 4 pills
Right.
under your tongue.
Right, and that's
And
why
then
I
when they
passed
walked out, you spit them out?
No, that's
What'd you
why I
do
passed
with them?
out.
You swallowed them?
I guess they dissolved,
You
and that's why I
guess.
passed out.
I would never give you medication.
Yes,
and
she
Your
did.
Honor,
But CPS came and they
The
drug
loan,
tested
how do
me.
they owe you for a loan?
CPS came, they
How
drug
do they
tested
owe you
me.
for a
I
loan,
didn't have
ma'am?
any drugs. They owed me $1,400.
Yeah, how?
I have a written agreement that they borrowed from me, $1,400.
When did they ask?
Your Honor, that was 4.
Quiet.
June 28th. I have the written agreement that
Of
says that Tanya
18?
was going to pay me back.
Of 18?
Yes.
All right, let's see it.
Thank you.
This is in the midst of all this fussing and arguing. Go ahead. Let me hear from you all about
I have
this
the
loan.
pictures proving that was payment for me cleaning out her garage of her daughter's stuff.
That's a lie. She wouldn't have wrote me an agreement.
I didn't write an agreement.
Yes, she did.
The agreement was forged. There was nothing written.
Tanya wrote that
There was
agreement.
So
nothing
this
written.
is fraud, you saying?
Yes,
Yes.
I have not written any
Okay,
letters.
you have
was
your
written.
ID?
She's
Nothing
lying.
was written.
Guys, you have your ID?
Yes, I do.
Tanya wrote,
Tanya, I'm referring to. Isn't
Tanya
that who
wrote the
signed
agreement.
That's Tanya.
And Tanya,
Both of you signed.
and Tanya filled Brittany's name
Okay,
on the
now
check.
I want to see. Let me see you all sign your names. Let's start there, and it would only really be Tanya, and so.
Well, Brittany
We
signed the back
know.
of the check, but Tanya filled in Brittany's
Question
name
is
on the
this,
front of
ma'am.
the
This
check.
the only thing that's relevant is who signed this.
Thank you.
And you've never seen this.
No, sir.
She's lying. She wrote it.
Ma'am, this doesn't even look like your license. What you just signed doesn't look like your license. I don't know if you're intentionally trying to sign
No,
it.
my
Yes, because
signature-
that's the type of person she is.
This doesn't even look like your license,
Exactly.
ma'am. Now you sign it one more time, because I see one letter that is written pretty distinctly,
Sign it one more time.
and if that letter doesn't come back the same way.
My signature changes every time I write it because I've had identity theft.
That's bad news for you.
I'm just being honest.
That's bad news. That means on this day you might have been lucky.
No, sir.
We don't
that's-
know what your signature was on this day because it changes all the time.
I would never
Wrong
write her a
thing to
letter.
say. Your counterclaim for emotional distress is $900. How does she owe for that?
Because the emotional distress and everything of keeping Maliana from us, everything she's put us through.
You don't have any rights to her. What do you mean keeping her from you? You
'Cause
have rights?
We were getting her all the time.
Do you have rights?
No, sir.
All right, your claim is dismissed. And ma'am, I'll grant you the money for the loan because, as she says, she don't know what her signature is. Judgment for the plaintiff for the loan. Your claims are dismissed. No emotional distress. Have a good day.
Thank you.
I'm taking her to court for the baby because she's irresponsible, a drug addict. She's an alcoholic. She overdoses. She doesn't need the baby.
What would happen if
She's
the
not
baby
getting.
was
They
with
have.
her
I
in
have
the car when
contacts.
she overdosed?
I have letters from the parents. They're not ever allowed to see her again.
Honey, Pennsylvania
So,
has a third
It
contact.
doesn't matter. You are not allowed to see her, and that's the bottom line. You will never see her again.
We'll see
You
when a
did.
judge-
You did it, and you will never see her.
Honey,
the mother
lay
and
off
father
the
have
drugs.
said
Lay off the drugs.
you gave them to me.
Plaintiff Jack Gleason says the defendant is his younger brother, and he admits that they have both struggled with alcoholism. Jack insists he's been sober for 5 months, but the defendant has yet to overcome his addiction. Jack is suing his brother today for unpaid rent. Defendant Jesse Gleason denies that he has a problem with alcohol and says Jack is the one who was drinking heavily on a daily basis. Jesse claims Jack's antics were so out of control that he often heard him having loud sex with women, and he insists Jack is suing for more than he owes.
All right, start with you.
Well, Jesse, he's my younger brother. He's also my best friend. I love him to death, you know. He's had a lot of problems in his past. We all have as a family. We've all struggled with, you know, alcoholism, and he just, he hasn't overcome this. I have personally, but what I
How
want
long
him,
has it been for your recovery?
5 months, sir.
You think you have overcome something in 5 months?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm here to help Jess today. I want him to acknowledge his responsibilities. He's had a lot of trouble paying his bills, taking care of himself, and, you know, accepting that he has responsibilities in life. So,
How long were you like that?
I've struggled for about 15 years.
So the way that you're suggesting he should be, you've been that way a total of 5 months.
True.
So if he changes tomorrow, you all are just the same other than 5 months.
Exactly.
Okay. Go ahead. Just trying to clarify. Making him sound like a pretty bad guy. Go ahead.
Well, you know, he's had trouble keeping a job. He doesn't do a lot for himself to maintain his responsibilities.
Okay. Let me get a little background from him, sir.
My brother's a good guy. He's, like he said, he's been sober for 5 months, which is great for him. Hasn't always been an angel. He's had his share of problems. He liked to party a lot, you know. He was drinking almost every night before he got sober. He was out of control. When I was living with him, he was throwing parties every night. Not every night, almost every night. He would have large parties with like 100 people. He had girls over constantly, loud sex, things of that nature.
That's terrible.
It is.
Depending on who was yelling. Go ahead. You said what?
Excuse me.
You said he was having loud sexual relations. How do you know that?
Well, because I lived with him.
And you all's rooms are nearby?
Yeah.
Near each other?
Yeah.
Okay. What would you do? I'm just curious. Would you put the cover over your head?
I mean, a lot of times
turn
I would
your
just
television up? What do you do when that happens?
Put on music, turn the TV
Okay,
up,
I'm
or
just
just go
curious
outside.
what do you do when that happens. All right.
Yeah. Go
ahead.
outside until he's done, whatever. Take a
Okay.
walk.
All right, so you turn the TV on or turn the music up for 2 minutes. And then turn it down. You know, I couldn't resist that. Just having fun with you guys. All right, so pretty much you all are saying the same thing. What's your status in recovery? Have you sought to do so?
I mean, I don't feel like I have that big of a problem.
That's what they say. I don't have a problem. I just drink every day. You drink
Not
every day?
Not every day.
Oh, okay. Maybe you don't. Why does he think you do?
I don't know.
Did you ask him? Why don't you ask him?
Why do you think I drink every day?
I don't.
Well, why do you think he has a problem? I think.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, he continually gets arrested.
For?
Indecent exposure.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, he's not an alcoholic, sir. He's a freak. That's all. The pervert.
Yeah.
If that's true. Do you get arrested frequently for indecent exposure?
No, that was only once.
Oh. Okay.
I say once is enough. He was in a bar and decided he had to walk in a women's restroom and show him his genitals.
That's hearsay, Your Honor.
Were you acquitted?
Yeah, he got dismissed.
He was still arrested for it.
All right. Let's get to the rent you're suing him about.
Well, he owes me 5 months' rent, and that's $2,500 at 5 months. He stayed there. Towards the end, he wasn't always there, but he still had the room.
What months, what year, and obviously it's $500 per month?
I let him stay there in 2012, December of 2012, for free that month, just so he could get back on his feet. Mm-hmm. And then it was month-to-month basis. So he was there from January till May.
For $500 a month?
Yep.
And what did he pay?
Not a penny.
All right. And when you've discussed the balance, what does he say?
Well, I have the lease agreement here that he has signed.
I believe you.
So
I say when you discuss the balance that he owes you.
Well, he agreed to it, so.
No, when you say, brother, you owe me $2,500, what does he say in response?
He just says, I'll get it to you.
Oh, okay. Sir?
I don't actually think that I owe him the money.
See, he didn't say that. Please remind me when he said it. Can you recall when he told you that? He'll get you the money. Can you recall?
Well, I would say sometime around the middle of living there.
Okay.
He said he was behind already. I mean, obviously he didn't pay me a dime, so.
Is that true?
I might have told him that just to get him off my back.
Okay. He told you that to get you off his back.
Yeah, he's pretty good at that.
All right. You tell me what you believe you owe.
Not really anything. I mean, I basically moved out in January, at the beginning of January, because It was just too much
Oh, okay,
partying.
so there's a discrepancy as to how long you lived there.
Right.
He says a total of 6 months, 1 month free.
Right.
And you say you lived there a total of
5 weeks.
5 weeks. That's a big difference. Anybody got any way for me to determine how long?
Jesse, he still had a key. He still had all his stuff there. Whether he stayed there or not, he was still there, technically. He would come in and
Did you
out.
leave your things there through May?
I did, most of my things.
Okay, well, he's right. You were there. You can't leave your things at somebody else's house, and just because you spend every night with your girlfriend, think that you're not a resident, you're taking up room in his house. You might want to move his girlfriend in.
That's right.
Or 2.
Yeah.
3 or 4 or 5.
Yeah, you're taking up space with the man. You said he has parties with 100 people.
Yeah.
You can only have 98 if you if you're taking up space. Judgment for the plaintiff, sir. That's no defense because you don't live there. If you have your things there, taking up space in the man's residence, that is not a defense unless he says you can store your things for free. Do you want to make that storage?
No way. I
All
could have
right.
women there.
There you go. Judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day.
We'll be all right. Well, as long as I get my money.
We'll see. We'll see.
He's still my best friend. I still love him.
Yeah, he's my buddy. We'll make it.
We'll figure it out.
Plaintiff Seth Walton says the defendant is his cousin, and they used to be close until they started living together. Seth claims he moved out of the house they shared after the defendant wished death on his daughter and threatened him with a knife. And he's suing her today for half of an electric bill and emotional distress. Defendant Carly Stokes says the reason she and Seth grew apart was due to Seth's drinking. Carly claims Seth is a heavy drinker with anger issues, and she's countersuing because she insists Seth is lying about her wishing death on his daughter.
Start with you.
Well, this is my cousin Carly, and we always been tight, good together. There's no Carly without Seth, type of stuff. And we moved in this house in February 2016, and we stayed there for a year. And she's starting to get out of control, I knew she was getting out of control when one time she tore up my room over some crazy stuff. I knew she was getting out of control when she started dating a 40-year-old man.
How old is she?
26. And I knew, and then, I had enough, but I moved out. I separated myself from her because she talked about my 3-year-old daughter. I called a little house meeting because we was about to move into a house that she's currently staying in now.
Mm-hmm. Together?
Yeah, we was about to move in together. I called a house meeting, and I told her like, hey, you doing wrong decisions by us. And then she went out of control. She talked, but it was real bad because she talked about my daughter. She said she hoped my daughter can die, And then she pulled a knife on me, put it up to my face. I'll kill you. And
all because of what? Because of the house meeting that went wrong?
And I said, yeah, you're doing the wrong things,
Like what?
Like, it was a way for us to bring in some money, It's income tax. I said, hey, because she claims 3 kids. She claims her little brother and her 2 kids. I said, hey, let me file one of your kids so that we can bring more money into the household because we're keeping the house up. This is like my wife, We're keeping the house up in the bills. Let me file one of the kids. So that was one of the things I told her she did wrong. And then she went out of control. I didn't even get to finish the meeting. The meeting was like 5 minutes.
All right. You want to start with that, ma'am?
Yes. For one thing, we were close. We were real tight. And it went downhill when we moved in the house, when we started living together.
How so?
Because we lived together before this house, and he noticed that he has a bad drinking problem. Like, he drinks a lot, and then he takes his anger out on other people.
How long did you all live together before moving in 16?
Like,
she wasn't,
2 or 3 years.
Let him finish.
2 or 3 years.
Did you all live together for 2 or 3 years before that?
But
all right, that's all I want to know right now. And you didn't notice? He just started in 16 drinking?
When I noticed is when we started to live together.
However, you moved to another place with him?
Yes.
In 16?
Yes.
All right, so it must not have been that bad.
We had separated. We had moved.
I know,
to
but you
different
came back
houses.
together. That's
Yeah.
my point.
Yeah.
With a drinker. That was totally destructive. Why'd you do that?
We made up. You know, that's my favorite cousin. Like
Oh, he wasn't drinking anymore.
He wasn't drinking as much when we moved to the other
Oh, he
house.
slowed down with his drinking.
He had to. He had caught a DUI.
All right.
He couldn't drink because he had the breathalyzer.
Did he stop drinking or he slowed down?
He stopped because he couldn't drink.
He stopped
and
altogether?
drive. Yeah.
I thought you said today he was alcohol.
He's got the breathalyzer taken off his car, so he's back drinking. That's how we got in the situation that brought us here today.
When was that? Did he get the breathalyzer taken?
He got the breathalyzer taken now about March 10th of this year.
All right, when did he get it placed?
He had it for maybe 6 to 9 months, I believe.
And so what has been happening since he started back drinking?
He started back drinking. It was the issue with the income taxes. He got upset with me because he wanted me to let him file my youngest son on his income taxes. I told him no. So he called the house meeting to talk about it. He started off by saying, I'm not here to bash you, but you messed us up because you didn't let me file your son. It turned into my wrong because I didn't let him file my child on his income taxes. So instead of continuing to listen to him talk about me, I decided to walk out and go to my room. So he followed me out of his room, and that's when he started to jump in my face. He's a man, he's naturally stronger than me. So I grabbed the knife to defend myself. I didn't stab him or anything like that, but you know, he was right directly here.
All right. Tell me about the electric bill you're suing for.
Well, I put the lights in my name in July 2016, and it got deactivated in March. And I have it's 3,000, well, not 3,000 to be exact, it's like 29, I have it right here. It's 2,956.
Currently owed?
Yeah.
How does she owe 1978? Weren't you all splitting it?
Yeah, we supposed to be splitting down the middle. So yeah, I'm suing for the half of it.
Okay, and the other is emotional distress. All right. And what has she said when you've asked her for it?
I couldn't talk to her. I couldn't call her and say, hey, I couldn't talk to her because with the things she did with my daughter, you know, very, very bad. You know, I take that very serious because I live in Chicago here. The kids are dying, you know? And for you to say something like that, it was just, I just packed my things, left.
When did she say that?
The night we got into it.
All right, and when did you get the bill? You had to get a bill before March of 17 because this is $3,000. $3,000.
Yeah, they been sending me. I got a couple of bills they been sending me.
And what did you say to her before March of 17? I know you said you didn't speak to her because of what she said about your child. But before that, what was she saying?
I asked her put she put $244 on there. And then I said, hey, put another 200 and I'll take care of the rest. She didn't put the other 200. She just put that one 200.
So you asked her to put 400 on it.
Yeah.
But today you wanted to put 1,500 on it.
I mean, we ain't together anymore.
Okay. And what you did was what we would refer to as an offer to settle. And she rejected that offer to settle because she didn't put the 400 down, right? So you're able to go back to the original amount. When a person offers to settle and the other rejects that settlement, then the person sues for the original amount. And that's what you say you're doing today. Ma'am, what do you say to this bill?
I say that...
Let me see the bill, please, Doyle.
The bill was originally in my name when we moved. The bill was high. Every month is high. Everything in the house except for the cooking gas runs on electricity. So the agreement was to split the bills down half. We went through ComEd to get like meter tests and stuff to find out why the bill was so high. So it got to the point where I was looking at a $3,000 bill. And I went and I got help to pay the bill. I paid the deposit and then the government assistance.
You're talking about your bill?
Yes.
He's suing you about his.
He asked me for the $200 for the payment plan fee. Then he said, put 200 more on so that it doesn't get turned off. Then he came to me and said, don't worry about it because we're finna move anyway. Since we're moving at the end of the week, don't worry about it. That's why I never put the other 200 on.
No, I told you put 400 on there and I was gonna take care of it. I got it in the text.
Okay, so you put how much total?
I put 200.
All right. And you believe that he told you you didn't have to pay any more, and that's why you're That's your legal defense, that he forgave the debt. That's what she's saying, sir. And do you have anything else to indicate that he told you didn't have to pay?
No, it was just us having a regular conversation.
Okay,
now.
so I have to determine who to believe in terms of your testimony, because there's no written evidence, is there?
I got it in text.
That's fine.
He texted me to ask me to put the other 200 on.
And what you say?
I agreed. Then he came back and said, since we're moving, don't give them the 200. Save it for our moving fee.
We're gonna look.
I'll take this.
He came back how long after?
Like maybe a week or two later.
Okay. Okay, forget helping. We can just put another 200 on the light bill, since nothing was put on there since October, and I'll take it from there. But you didn't put the other 200 on.
No, because we were going to use that towards our moving expenses.
And so he told you later. You don't even have to give me the two?
Yes.
Your counterclaim is for what? How does he owe you? $2,000.
The counterclaim is for the slander. The stories that he's telling that I said about his daughter, I never said all those things.
Yes, you did.
I said those things.
Quiet, sir.
I said those things to him because he kept threatening me, coming in my face, trying to fight me.
No.
You know, I go in my room and close the door. He's still hollering through the door.
What was
derogatory terms.
What did you say about his daughter because of what the two of you were arguing about?
That's what he claims I said about his daughter. I said those things. No, I never said those things about his daughter.
You never said one word about his daughter?
I didn't talk about his daughter.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
All right. And he told people. You have evidence that he told people that?
No, I have the Facebook messages that he put up that he said to the world that my cousin said these things about my daughter.
Right, that's evidence.
And he tried to get people to come to my house to fight me.
No, I didn't. Carly, we on TV. You gonna come on here and lie? It was 4 witnesses, Your Honor, in the crib. 3 of my cousins.
When she said what?
When she talked about my daughter.
My cousin said she hoped my 3-year-old daughter dies.
Come on.
Sir, I know she did.
Yes, she did.
And that's
bull.
I can't even say this about it. I'm sure she didn't say this about a 3-year-old
She
daughter.
did.
That your 3-year-old daughter.
And she didn't apologize.
Performed a sex act.
Yeah, and she said a whole lot.
That she's gonna grow up to be a whore.
Who says that about a child?
You did, you monster. You're a monster, Carly.
I'm a monster.
You know what? She got a path. She got a path of talking about people.
I kept his
daughter. I know you,
for 3
Carly.
days. I took care of your daughter for 3 days while you went to work after surgery.
My little cousin went on prom the other day. My mama was over there, brought my daughter over there and whatnot. She was over there. I didn't attend because she was there. And my little sister told me, like, hey, Carly hugged your daughter. Don't hug my daughter, because you a monster. I know what you said, I know what you did. You're not sorry about anything. If you were sorry, you would have called my phone.
Then you
she didn't call my phone.
Why do you think he's making this up?
Ain't nobody making no stuff up.
Ma'am, why do you think he would make this up?
Who would say that about a 3-year-old?
I said, why do you think he's making this up on you?
Because he's just trying to, he likes attention. That's his thing. He wants to be the center
he's saying that you claim his daughter wants to die. He said something about his daughter performing his 3-year-old daughter performing a sex act. He said that because he wants attention.
Yes,
your claim is dismissed for slander, and I'm going to grant your judgment. Her testimony is totally unbelievable. I do not believe he would say his daughter would perform a sex act.
Oh, man.
Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's God right there. That's God. You reap what you sow.
You a liar, G. Don't worry, don't worry.
Come on,
we ain't never coming back
home
from
to our family. They know. You know what you
No,
did.
we ain't
That's
family
God right
no more.
there.
We ain't family
Man,
no more.
I don't care about you, Carly. You don't do anything for me. I don't care.
You don't do
you better
nothing
be lucky
for
you
me
want to be
either.
my
What
cousin.
do you do for me?
Bye.
What do you do
lost.
for me? Nothing.
Give me my
Nothing.
money.
You're a liar.
Give me my money.
You're a
Give me
liar.
my money. Come with my cash.
You're a liar.
That's what you do. That's what you do.
You a liar.
Give me my money.
Plaintiff Jacob Helms was in foster care for most of his childhood, and at age 17 he came out as a gay man, and his life became a lot easier. Jacob is suing his aunt because he loaned her money for reassignment surgery, but he has yet to be repaid. Defendant Kylie Terry says she was born a man, but was always uncomfortable with herself. So last year she started living her life as a woman. Prior to coming out, Kylie was addicted to meth and heroin, but she hasn't touched a drug since. Kylie insists the money from Jacob was a gift.
Start with you.
All right, Judge, I got a story for you if you got time for it.
I got time.
All
bro.
right.
Sounds like it's gonna be interesting.
So, you know, I was in foster care for most of my life as a child for 10 years. And, you know, it was rough and bumpy, but, you know, I always kept positive. You know me, trying to be positive all the time. And, you know, I was 15 years old and I realized that I'm gay, but I did not come out until I was 17 for various reasons of fear and everything. But once I came out, it was a lot easier until I started dating. Let me tell you, Judge, men are terrible.
How so? How are they different than women?
I know that.
Judge, they stand me up all the time. I get pretty. I look nice. I smell like Victoria's Secret. I'm always smelling good. And, you know, I get the phone call. And, you know, it's their loss because, I mean, I'm not the prettiest peach on the tree, but I got a lot to offer, you know what I'm saying?
Tell me about yourself. I might be able to hook you up.
Well, Judge, if you have
we got
a
a couple
brother...
gay guys on staff, I believe. And I don't know if they're single or not, but go ahead.
Your Honor, you know, I'm a fun person. I love helping people. I obviously love making people laugh. That's my best quality.
Okay, humor?
Yes, sir. I'm a very loyal person. I mean, I never stand anybody up. And I'm just overall a great person, I think.
Overall good person.
And I love having a good time.
Dude. Financially independent? You
Absolutely, Your Honor. I just graduated high school and I'm planning on getting my own place here soon. Maybe we could hang out after the show, who knows?
We can. We can be friends because I like these qualities in a friend. Yeah, we can hang out. No problem with that. So what do you say? You've given me some background.
Well, I'm transgender, obviously. Whenever
That's not obvious. How's it obvious? You're doing a good job.
Well, thank you.
So, no, it's not obvious.
Well, my whole childhood and my whole life before I came out, like, I did many, like, things like to try to hide it, and I tried to make myself look masculine, and like I played football and I just did everything that I could to hide it. Mm-hmm. And it was kind of hard. I was uncomfortable with myself my whole life, and I just came out last year. And before I came out, I had a really bad drug addiction. I did meth and heroin like a lot. When I came out, I quit doing it completely. I haven't done anything since I've started.
Because you were happy.
Yeah, I'm happier now.
Because you were happy. And you were happy once she came out. Before that, miserable. Before that, drug addicted. So do what you have to do to get happy as long as it's legal. Don't worry about anybody else's happiness.
I lost all my friends, and like my dad doesn't talk to me anymore, and like everybody that I like grew up with doesn't talk to me anymore, and I'm still happier than I've ever been.
Good. Well, let them deal with that. That's their issue. My belief is that you can feel however you want to feel, but don't discriminate against people based on their sexuality or whether they're part of the LGBTQ community. If you think whatever you think is a sin, you're doing it. Your pastor is doing it. No, sinning.
Yeah, I know.
Most of the people, single people in the church are fornicators. Sex before marriage. So don't ever tell me about how you're going to discriminate against somebody because of your personal values and what you project as right or wrong. Start at that church. Start there.
Yeah, right.
Then you can come and talk to her and him and everybody else. A bunch of hypocrites. Anyhow, I just got to defend my brothers and sisters. So there it is. That's what I'm doing. $4,000 unpaid loan. Tell me what's going on here.
Your Honor, I loaned my aunt, $4,000 to help with the transitional surgeries and, some bills, because I know everybody has bills nowadays. I mean, it's 2018. Everybody owes somebody something.
That's right. Even me. I think I owe Doyle a couple dollars. Go ahead.
But I loaned Kylie, $4,000 to help with the surgery. I mean, most people, want money back in 30 days. I just said, wait a year and a half, and as long as I have it before I graduate high school. I just finished high school in May, and it was a struggle, let me tell you. It was a struggle. But I worked 2 jobs to collect this money, because this money was supposed to help me, start college.
Last time you asked for your money, what has she said?
She just blew me off and ignored me. I mean, I didn't want to have to do this, but I need it back.
All right, let me hear from you.
I was under the impression that when you loan somebody money, whenever you loan them the money, you tell them that you're loaning them the money and they have to pay it back.
You get a date.
Yes,
Or
and
estimate.
I was not aware that it was a loan.
When did she tell you she'd repay you? When?
She never told me, Your Honor. I said, pay me in May of 2018 when I graduate. That was the
that's
request.
What you said. And she agreed or not?
She blew it off. She never answered me.
Is that true? You didn't say anything? You didn't say, I don't owe you?
I just didn't respond.
That's not what a person that doesn't owe does. How many times has he asked for money for a repayment?
I don't know. I blocked him.
So instead of doing all of that, blocking him, not responding, that sounds like a person that owes and doesn't want to pay. If you don't believe you owe, that's a very simple thing. I don't owe you. What are you talking about? I never told you I was going to pay you back. This was a gift. What do you mean? But you didn't do that. You just said, let me block this. Let me stop listening to this because I know I owe him, but I don't want to hear him begging all the time. So let me just block it. Why didn't you just deny? Why didn't you just say, I don't owe you?
So I'm not a confrontational person, and I just would rather avoid conflict than confront it.
Please. You could have texted him and then blocked his number. I don't owe you. Bloop. No confrontation. Any other evidence? You've
I have
pretty
text
much
messages
convinced
that I
me
had
thus
sent.
far. Let's see it.
Thank you.
Unless you have something, ma'am, that...
I just have my before pictures of what he loaned me the money for. It was supposed to be my transition.
Oh, before pictures? Let's see.
Yeah.
Is that you?
Yeah, and this is after.
So does the transgender community believe they owe Caitlyn Jenner a debt for coming out? Because I think it has become easier to accept based on what they've seen about her life, Caitlyn's life. I'm just curious so that she'll know that she had an effect, and we'll see what we need to do more of so that folks will accept others.
I feel like she made it more acceptable.
Good.
And everybody, I feel
Good.
like more people have been more comfortable with
Good.
coming out possibly because
And you
of her.
have, what's the brother's name that produces Empire? Lee Daniels.
Yeah.
He portrayed on a few episodes two men engaged in affection, even sexual activities. Just like when there's discrimination against black and white couples. Early during the South and around America, 50 years ago, man, white folks would go crazy if they saw a white woman with a black man. But the more it happened, the more acceptable it came. And you can't find an athlete without a white woman. So, my point is made. Let's see more and more so it can be more and more successful. Lee Daniels, thank you. Caitlyn Jenner, thank you. All right, and this is before you and after. Okay? Pretty significant transformation that made you happy. Thank you.
It's still a work in progress.
All right. And the text you admitted owing here.
I just didn't know I was supposed to pay it back. That was never made clear.
I don't believe that. All right, judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day. $4,000.
I don't know, if you loan somebody money and you want them to pay you back, I feel like you should make that clear and I don't know, it wasn't made clear, so way to be a bad
It's
person.
2018. You're always, if somebody gives you money, I mean, they're going to want it back. It's not free.
What would be the difference if it was 1998?
It's not, money's not free. It doesn't grow on trees. I have to work for it.
We'll make it clear you need it back.